we'll have for the next map. How many new agents?
Damn, actually off the bat like a Navi comp. That's pretty cool.
At least the third or the fourth, just this year. So it is.
Cena can pick up the up on Killjoy. The Angel Shao combos back for over towards A main. We got Zipan on his best agent, and Sugetsu's great on Viper.
Very interesting for me is that how we're gonna have the.
I actually really like this.
In this case, Killjoy and Viper, because I consider the Viper here on the defense as a sentinel. How we're gonna see the separation of.
I like the Fade. It's one of the better Fade maps. They kind of use it with the they kind of use it with the Prowler. The Prowler in terms of A main, right? They just Prowler one way, and it's kind of strong. They actually kind of invented the different way of holding A main. They kind of invented not having to have breach on this map, which was pretty cool. So this is actually going back to a lot of comfort, apart from honestly Cena. But I think like Killjoy is one of the easiest agents to play, and he can op, so it's like it's actually pretty cool. I'm a big fan of this.
Apparently not yet.
No, because they don't like to copy other teams, like to do their own things. And to me, it makes me think about our game against them.
How did Ascend win champs when Gambit were in the tourney? Dude, they're on a heater on champs. They were kind of insane.
Quite default, but it's not their comfort pick, especially for CNED.
Well, this is it. Navi, they are just
is it better than the Euro comp though? I like it. I think it's good.
And this could be the end of the road for Koi. But as the Death said,
Two
this
duelists.
change
You counting the Omen again?
could
Respect.
potentially give them a chance. What do you guys think?
Well, CNED not being on a jet should make it a bit easier after what we just saw. That's a mind-boggling change, I have to say.
You know what he's done? He's opened the book of Yumpy, and he's gone...
Oh.
They lost to a Brazilian team on that champs. That was the camera bug, right?
I can do it.
Yeah, I remember it.
We'll see.
yeah, Yumpy could do it.
We will see. The thing is,
do you think the loud comp on Pal is still good? It's still good, I just don't think it's as good as it used to be because of the changes. It doesn't make as much sense as it used to be. It will still work, it's still pretty good.
Gargantuan amount of time, like, please give us Zipan on Raze, so we've got that back. Xiao on Fate, one of my favorite things to watch in the entirety of the game, so I get Su on Viper. And you've obviously got Angel going away from Cypher.
Do you think we would have beaten Gambit in the finals? We hadn't lost the best of 5, so I would say yeah, but also I would say that we would have beaten Ascender. We lost that one, so I don't really know. Don't know what I'm talking about in that sense.
In CNED's wheelhouse, so it's something I'm going to be interested to see if they're able to exploit on the other side, because if he's taking, well, he won't be taking the initial fight. If he's taking the second fight after his controller's gone down, that could be a bit more of a problem.
After his controller's gone down as well. I like, yeah, we know who's taking that first fight. We know.
Why doesn't that comp make as much sense now on Pal? Just because of the B changes. You don't need the other controllers have a lot more weight now.
Those are the things he's best at, man. Look at his Blade Storm success rate. Just unbelievable.
I'm excited for Trex versus Zipan as well, though. Oh, like, it was a battle in that first map, which was exciting. I think that this is a map
potential last map
on the attack to set up Trex, and that's where they're going to be starting here for Koi. In the victories they've had versus Heretics, 8 rounds on attack, 9 rounds on attack. One of them was an 8-1 attack, so the game literally ended before their attack did. So
the confidence is really flowing with that one. Nicely done. I like that Doombot means that he can push in front and take all the angles here. A lot of this is down to Zipan. See what he can do. These smokes are going to go soon. Rotate's coming in. Yeah, these smokes are going to go soon. Yeah, and there we go though. We said it was a lot down to him. He made a big move with the Boombot that played a close A main and then pushed over towards the site. We're not expecting him there. So shout out to Zipan here. Loved it. Loved the shots first of all, but mostly I love just his idea that him just doing the Boombot here, didn't see anything, knew that he could get over towards the site, and then they wouldn't expect him there. Especially when they were fighting over towards him. So it was great. Zipan's been great, to be honest, in all of these. Every time he's on Raze, it's been looking real nice. It's what we were, well, it's what a lot of people were asking for, and it's cool that we finally get it.
Very long time, and to kick things off with that triple. Well, they're looking to head their way back to another international.
At least Navi, even though they had like a pretty rough year, considering how good their team is on paper, like at least they're going back and they're looking at stuff and going like, yep, this needs to happen. Quite a few people have been vocal. I've seen artists be vocal about it. I've been pretty vocal about it. There's a lot of other people that have been vocal about the fact that their comps don't make sense with their team. So it's cool that they're kind of going to stuff that makes more sense.
Up close, ready to swing through the door and do some damage. But it's not necessary.
Artist is vocal about everything.
They don't want to overextend.
That's a very true statement. Okay,
triple
triple rifle. We've got 2 people that can die on top of it, and then we have a full bonus. As long as no more than 2 die.
You know, everyone else kind of slows it down. This guy's like, I think I heard a step main. Let me swing it with a Guardian.
They tap the orb, and the second they tap it, he paranoid the orb. He was like, no orb for you, and if you go any further, I'm going to peek you. They haven't. That's going to be one of the main goals as well for Koi in this round, is to make sure that you actually build up your ultimate economy where everything else will fail. But for now, at least, there hasn't been a mass amount of success, and it almost gets to the point where you just have to die. Now, the orb eventually is going to be taken, but 20 seconds left on this clock. Still no ground taken, and in fact, you're looking at a rotation from Shados underneath. I don't even think they know.
12 seconds left now.
Yeah, you've at least got to die, yeah.
They were hoping they had a bit more time on the clock, but it is very much time to go in and die, to be honest, just not to carry these weapons through to the next.
Okay, nicely done, nice and clean, like we talked about. So we've got some armor rebuys in terms of 2 of them, then we're going to have a very good bonus. We've got 2 Guardians, 3 whatever the hell they want, Phantoms, Vandals. It's a very good bonus, it's pretty much even at the moment on this, so yeah, this could be a nightmare start for Koi.
Thanks, Mel, but I am... They kind of asked me to talk. The thing is, she always shows this sign when we are casting and when we have fracture, and it's really hard not to take offense.
Don't think she does it to anyone else either. I feel targeted.
Toxins going up.
We'll flash up top. The orb through. Navi have tossed the orb to try and slow them down from again grabbing control over the orb in arcade. Do damage to anybody trying to retrieve it, allow a kill to come down. And around like this, you're not going to risk it. Koi, though.
Nice and slow. No one's really done too much. We haven't even crossed over towards arcade here. 30 seconds gone. This is going to be strong. Are we going to swing from heaven with this as well? Or... Oh my goodness, we were sticking out. Wait,
Starzo's able to take him down. Warning shots, I suppose, and they don't heed the warning as
yeah, and I think this guy in heaven was just sticking out a bit too far for the contact. I feel like we wanted to swing. Oh my goodness, what a round. What the hell? Okay, well that's the fast buy round against like a literal buy round, and they do it nice and clean. There was some armor rebuys, but that was really good.
Definitely didn't go to plan with that one, but for Koi, well, couldn't have been any better. Trading out effectively. They will have their first win with the rifles, but now we get the real rifles.
I love how everyone's get around of not being able to like flame players is just comparing him to me. It's honestly, it's pretty good. I'll give you it. It's pretty smart. I like it.
The other thing to
you actually found the loophole.
It's
kind of sick.
Personnel in terms of their agents means that Wolfen is now on a less aggressive position. Now, he was fantastic in the last map, even though it was a loss, but expectations have to be on others to pick up the slack, especially on this attack side. Sure, he's going to be left.
So pretty sure Koi are going to try.
Okay.
It's not gone according to plan.
Dude, they knew this guy was going to swing. Triple hold. Triple hold. They knew that they know that he wanted to swing there. Got to remember that Stark's also played with CNED for a long time. So
this is going to be a very tough fight back through with Angel left down to just 5 HP. When you look at the side of Koi's post plant, they still have a molly and aftershock. Their stun will come online and nade to work with.
It's a big round. Are they going to go save instantly?
They spent nothing on the way through.
Damn, bro.
So there's no way back in for Navi.
this is a real lev. This is a real lev round. The perfect round that Koi could ask for at the most here. Just 3,000 on top of this. Going to take like what, 4 rounds in a row, 3 rounds in a row potential to break the econ here.
And risk losing some of our weaponry when we could just save. I will say, like,
They're
Angel
going to
being
walk
the
for a one-way
furthest
though,
forward
right?
player here with 5 HP, the one-way kind of helping him out. He might have to burn the paranoia just to make sure he holds onto the gun, and Wolfen's done well. Being able to find one player, it's how much further can he get? Can he cause any extra cost? No.
Okay, well at least after the rebuy one after that, there's that one. So a little bit of damage done. Money won't be as good after that one. Sipan with the ult.
It's literally paper thin up there.
Save 3 guns, so yeah, it's going to be hard to come back. They're going to have to do a straight up 3 in a row to break the econ here.
I'll let you away with that because he's your bald brother, but that's your one.
They're rusty.
Round 5. Showstopper for Zipan. Keep an eye on that as the round progresses. For now, though, it's over towards A. Deep smoke, Prowler, nobody there. So you're definitely not going to be deploying that anytime soon. The rotations, though, can start as Navi realize there's nobody outside A. Well, there's only one other site they're likely to target at this point. So they've made the right read. There'll be 4 players here when the push comes to shove. But then again, Koi more than happy to sell these fakes, to play those late round rotations if they detect too many players.
Dude, they're real patient on these Byrons.
Plenty of time.
Straight up retake.
On the clock.
Heavy play here.
Starzo one away. Shados one away.
That's a gun down.
First kill going his
now
way.
What? Dude, 3 people underpass to trade this as well. Flash goes in. Stoxo's had enough of the slow play. That is not what they did in Ascent. He's had absolute enough, man. He does not want to do that. Well, map control, no. I see a smoke, I have a flash, I'm going in. Respect.
Yeah, the thing is that I think they were expecting more of a default plant spot, so even though it might have...
Another save on this one?
Him,
or are we... Okay, we're looping around because of smokes here.
Any damage and maybe any weaponry being retrieved. Zipan, of course, doesn't have anything really to gain from this circumstance.
Is Chamber instead of Killjoy or Cypher a bad idea, bro? I'm the biggest Chamber fan there is. So I'd say that's a good idea. Depends who's playing it, actually. Don't if it's like me or you playing it, probably not. If it's EA or like a don't know anyone that's proficient, then yeah.
Far gone with 2 players, they can run the clock down perfectly. Shao forces the fight, gets them both, but it's too late.
It's good damage though. That's kind of great. In terms of them winning it, sure, but damage done, they kind of need to do that. That helps with the fact that Econ is so much.
Job in this round. Bringing the weaponry down to absolutely nothing when they had 3 rifles and ultimately ended up in either 2v4, I think. They've done exceptionally well to make sure that that one is as costly as possible. The thing I've liked so far, though, is almost just the disrespect from Starzo. Like, I feel like he's getting into the zone of, like, okay, I can go toe-to-toe with these players. I can take risks, take space, and fight into their faces. And especially, as I said, with an uncomfortable agent for CNED, the pressure being put onto him early is a good
money's
sign.
really low, and they're up against a lot of ults, so you kind of want to see these ults and see if they work out how impactful this round is. You can use everything into it.
2 high-impact ults for Koi.
Navi had that showstopper to return on. Maybe it'll get a chance. There it is, already used up, shot out, but nobody found. They ducked down to underpass and just about evaded it. 11 HP.
Oh my god, no ways, he's dodging every single bit of util, and he gets a kill. Respect. They tried to stun. Oh.
Tying it up on a 3 versus 3 with Wolfen down and 10 HP on Starzo.
They tried to stun all Heaven, and instead of him running away, he just goes straight on forward and just duels them all with his ult here. Did great. They threw like everything at him and he still got a kill.
I felt like Shados almost has to try and make a play off this one. He has Rolling Thunder available. Timing.
This is a bold call, but I like it. I thought he was going to swing. This is actually a good play.
A wall separates them.
Oh, I got him!
It's actually climbed back up. Even still, though, he's managing to hold this ground a little bit longer. Rolling Thunder available. He's going to use it just to try and get that one kill, and he's not going to get it! He's stunned up Shao, but it didn't even matter. And now Starzo
How is he not stunned, though? I thought he got hit by it.
He doesn't even know where the second player is. The wraparound from Saigetsu might just kill him off, but the time is ticking. He gets this kill, maybe there's a way he could do it, but
he was stunned there?
Has gone to miss.
Why did it sound like
he's
he
not in
shot
the right
so fast?
place. They're already going to start that defusal. He needs to kill this man off, and he won't be able to.
Well.
The time was getting that little bit low.
I mean, the eye was incredible. The fade eye just before he did the exec on this one. And they, I mean, they used the ults into the round. It just wasn't how I envisioned it.
For the 1v2 is probably the best chance.
Let me see this. Let me see this kill in Heaven. Yeah, you're right.
Heartbreaker. And of course, it's Shao that's able to hit both of those final kills.
Imagine you use an ult on one person and you still don't kill him.
I mean, honestly, he used
the only thing I would have given him the benefit.
There's a lot of shots there.
You know, he had the reveal.
I'll come to the rescue. There's a lot of shots.
Okay, he saw him coming around. He lined up, but it wasn't. There's a few bullets in. Oh, it's rough. It's really rough. Now 3-3. We're tied
Still didn't win it with enough people alive, so 2 people can't buy next.
Snakebite has actually managed to chip up a few. It's given a chance for CNED to even.
CNED hasn't even had a chance to opt. No money in this one yet. I don't know if he actually wants to bring it out, but there just hasn't been the money there.
A lot of ults burnt in that last
James
round.
Strong and Fracture? Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much all built up
Every map,
for the
but
side of
I
Koi.
mean,
Now,
honestly, just every map.
The only one available, and on the other side
Let's
of
just
things,
say every map,
Vipers
it's
here.
easier.
Look at the push. North side, all the way. There is nothing watching this flank either, and they've used that Nightfall
goes in,
just
they
to
hit
buy that
one.
extra time.
Angels.
Starzo has turned back around and killed both flankers. If they were hit by an ult, revealed, the knowledge was there, and somehow he's still pulling magic out of that hat.
That's ridiculous. There was a ping on the floor, and then I saw Angel use his shrouded step. It looked like he thought maybe there was a trap
it
wire
felt like
that
it was bad timing.
but said
I'm
there
not
was
gonna
a
lie to
player
you.
watching it. Racine had... well, look, he's already
I kind of want to watch
shell.
it again. I want to watch it again before I comment on it.
Now down to just one. And Sagatsu not feeling
Yeah.
like
Dude, the rounds that Koi are winning, though, are clean.
Instead, he's out of here
That's the
trying to
thing. When
save
Koi
the
are
weapon. The ping's
winning
there.
rounds,
They
there's 4 or
heard him run
5 of them
back.
alive.
They know roughly where he could be, and with the close corners cleared, it's evident he's trying to save this weapon out towards the B site. Oh, Sagatsu
hello.
didn't. I don't know how he got away with that, but all
get
right.
the plant
in the
as well.
end,
Very nice.
Coldamenta dies, and he gets the orb he was looking for.
That's the thing. Coldamenta clearly was like, they were calling like, okay, I've heard him run back through mid.
Yeah, everyone
So
try and get
close
everything
corner,
for it.
He's definitely nowhere near me there.
Well, he haven't.
So I'll just take the orb. Yeah, again, it's one of those things where I think maybe just overthinking it from Angel, but the thing is, everything up until that point from Navi was perfect. Like, having that Nightfall going through, even if it didn't hit them, it still delayed them massively. They had a perfect flank to catch them in from behind, and then Starzo.
Okay, they can definitely talk about the econ here as well. It might be worth getting CNED an op,
Nobody else in his team
potentially.
even has
I'm not
half
sure.
that many kills. High impact in high pressure scenarios.
I don't know
It's
how
what
they want to
champions
approach
are
it.
made of. It's almost like he's been there before.
Well, a timeout called by Navi. As Doombros has plenty of notes to give to his team. I'm sure the Barbar is rattling off commands as we speak as well.
Watch the check.
Of course, the score 4-3 to Koi, not to Navi.
Has this series been close? I mean, technically, yeah.
Everywhere.
It
Can't
has
trust
been.
anybody.
Maybe it's 4-3 to Casey.
I was
It
looking
hasn't
at
felt
that.
that close watching,
know
but
that
it,
Navi
scoreline,
didn't
scoreline, yes.
Playing with
Who's let Marcus get on the graphics? Right? Someone have a word with him. He's not allowed to do this. But yeah, we're going to be rocking back into things on round 8. And for Navi, one
Okay, we
round
go for an
behind,
eco here.
It's been a slow start to CNED, right? Compared to the previous map where he was
I mean,
just
that's-
dominating. I think
that
we
looks
can
like an
clearly
off
see
save.
this role is having its drawbacks, at least in the early
Second
stages.
game
We'll see if it
uploaded.
heats up
Let me
and
check for you,
comfort
bro.
is found later. But for now, well, look, I can't argue against CNED
not
on
yet.
Jet. I
Almost.
can argue against CNED on anything else.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, and especially being in such a pivot.
Oh my
See,
goodness.
that one's just unlucky.
Lucky.
The timing couldn't be any worse. Trex is going to get a freebie, but I'm sure that, well, hopefully CNED isn't an elbowing desk stage. That's when you really have to worry, Trex, though.
This is the guy with the ult though
Squeaky
that's farming, so that's not too bad if you're
Brought up his
Navi.
raise
If you want to
earlier,
get,
but there is a
if you want to
reason
look at the
we're excited
positives,
to see him
there's
back
that.
on this role. We heard from Barber in one of the interviews the other day that he didn't have the confidence.
Okay, it's live
That was
now.
one of the main reasons
It
they
just
weren't
finished
playing.
uploading,
That's
if you
why
want to
Starzo
check
have
it.
picked up a
Second
role
map.
that, yeah, he's alright at, but definitely no Trex. With that confidence back in tow, Koi about to take themselves a bigger lead and a clean one at that. These last couple of rounds have looked very good for them, and all that stands in their way from flawless is Sagetsu, and well, he will stop them getting that.
Yeah, the first acquired, but the first of how many? These players are hunting him down. The flash has already popped. Player heard right behind him. Trying to bait the player up top into swinging. He believes someone has already
Might
climbed
go
the
down
rope
there.
and was just about to take his life when he turned his back. Instead, there was no one there. They fall him back, and they're allowing him to walk into a crossfire. Happy to just win the round without losing any more bodies. 5 on the board now for Koi as their lead extends. And we are starting to get to a pretty interesting place. And we haven't seen Navi really look solid in a round and not get caught
this
off
is the
guard.
thing.
Not be
Koi
one
just
kill
looking
down and
pretty
saving
dominant, to be honest
quite
on
a
this.
while. It's starting to feel incredibly
But let's see
dominant
this Byron.
from the side of Koi.
Yeah, this is where I want to see what Navi have got with this composition. Like we
CNED gets his op
especially when
out
you're
low, so
running
this
that
might be
sort
the
of
difference maker.
fade raise, you expect
Right?
to see
Yeah, there we
some
go.
sort of
CNED gets his op out.
competition for map control. Thus far, that hasn't really gone too successfully, and
We got a turret over towards main, and we got the turret, aka him, over towards dish.
With an operator though, maybe the game will be.
Oh, I called him a turret and he missed.
A rare
I've not said that today.
No dash to get out of there, but he has managed it. Just his 2 legs. Utility didn't quite make it to him. And Happy now to take another fight and another miss for CNET. Oh, Zipan's luckily there to
can only hit if he's on jet.
All in pieces. The blast pack in was a little ambitious. And it's left Navi on the back foot once more. A showstopper committed.
Damn.
They've used so many
This is nice
here,
though. Again, this is just Koi having a good understanding every single time of what the big round is, as if he's on 1 HP. And again, just every single time they go down onto these 4 buys, they're just throwing everything alt-wise. Everything at them, everything alt-wise, just making sure they don't win it. Force them down to an eco. Eco's just another chance to just stack up another alt to just throw at them in the buy round. It's really good.
It may just be that sort of level of confidence, knowing you have that backup. Saigetsu, obviously this is all about just saving the gun. It's not like he has anything else. He's not gaining orbs because he's already got his ultimate online. For the remainder of Koi, they're just looking to hunt this down. They've still got plenty of cash available to them. But yeah, the interesting thing is he's not, in that round, he wasn't even placing his alarm bot. Like, it's just not being used. It's like, okay, the turret's got that side, I'll hold the other side. If I don't, I die. So it is almost not acting as a sentinel at all. Just, okay, I'm trying to hold on to control. There's a part of me, it's not even going to suggest the jet. I wonder if it would have been worth just playing chamber.
Just to get out of there, take those early fights.
And then have your off. If that's the plan, then chamber makes way more sense.
For sure. Yeah, I think what we're seeing so far is a very strange take. Not just on how to play the map, because there's not anything intrinsically wrong with what they're doing.
Honestly, the killjoy on attack does help a lot.
It's just to do with the pieces of the puzzle that they have. Having someone like CNET and utilizing him in this way is a strange thing.
Okay, another eco, like I said, a chance for them to stack up some ults. Might be Shados in this one, we'll see. Oi, this though. Oh, okay. Said his name, he gets that. Can he get a plant? Oh, this is going to be close.
With another round win. And this game is feeling incredibly dominant on map 3. Koi want to fight their way back into this series.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd start wishing they started with this one. They just get
so he's 1 off for the ult. So another big buy round.
Start to the game. Like,
1 off
it's ridiculous how they're managing to just almost blitz their way through, even when there's multiple players waiting for them, even when they miss on that opening duel, the trade backs.
Yeah,
it just
1
seems
off an
like
ult. But this time,
so
if they're going to win a buy round, it's this one.
Winning 7 of
we
the
got
last 8
full guns out.
Navi come
we got 4
in
ults.
with 4 out of 5 ultimates. You have
this has to be
like
the buy round that they
be
win.
A victory for them, and Trex is now even pulling in that operator onto the attack, expecting there to be some aggression. Of course, CNED no longer has his. The finances maybe not allowing for it. He does have some spares, but probably not enough.
The nade up top along with the stun. It's been dangerous for many
the
players
nade actually, that's
so
crazy. There's all of their util that goes to heaven lands exactly where he put down his reactive ult. The nade was perfectly on top of it.
To come in for the side of Koi, everything is going right. And Navi have not found a response. Round after round, they found themselves in this position. The one thing they've managed is to avoid the plant for now. Make it a little bit more uncomfortable for Koi to eventually plant it and gain full control of this site. But, well, actually, Coldamenta doesn't have any smokes left, so it's going to have to be the flash out of stars. So there it is. The flash, the stun, and nothing to go their way. They've lost both players now.
Yeah, smokes were down on this.
30 seconds left.
After getting the kills, they kind of like took a little bit too long and the smokes went.
Could pretty much end this.
But it's still a 2-on. Oh my god, double. Yeah, it would have been a double if Angel didn't get that kill. Okay, well, there we go. We talked about ults being in this round. They might be able to do that one. Might be able to get another round on the board. And they double their buy rounds. Still not crazy confident. We'll see how it looks on attack still, but 1 more.
But luckily, the retake for the remaining players, yeah, see that there was no way out. Good set execute, it has to be said, but definitely difficulty, and Wow, I feel like an 8-4 half.
If you were coaching a team with CNED on it, would you ever put him on Killjoy? No. I'm not personally. I would view CNED and Ardis in the same kind of light. I wouldn't put Keith or Charles on Killjoy.
He's struggling to get out of there. Luckily, he had the cover from a teammate like Zipan, and now he's back into the fray, back into the fight, and the nade to close it out.
That's nice though. 5, honestly, 5 with a pistol can be pretty good. But I'm telling you, this felt very convincing from Koi. But they kind of scraped something together with this.
Yeah, again, you're kind of looking at that trade-off. The trade-off is you get Zipan on this raise, and he's been phenomenal. Like, the amount of rounds he's almost won single-handedly. In that first fight, I think he was tagged down to 20 HP. He still gets 2 more kills. Like, he just seems to be thriving when it comes to this agent, and that's the thing. Now, you move into that attack side. This is where he becomes that focal point. This is where you're going to have the likes of Angel Xiao looking to try and set him up as he bursts into sight. If he can keep this going, which... you're basically asking for him to get a 30-kill half, maybe even more with the way things are going, but not half, 30-kill game. 30-kill half would be a little bit absurd, but it is Zipan, so
that would
you
almost
never know.
be bannable.
Hey, I still remember when he like broke the ACS record with his
The Killjoy might be
on
pretty good
Icebox.
here, by the way.
For
The Killjoy now
Monster, that
on
was a
attack,
bannable offense for everybody
getting the
else. I was
ults,
like, you
help
know
him
what,
over
that was
towards
pretty
site.
impressive.
I remember even starting to slip into copium back then.
The
like,
ults are the one.
Like, meta? What?
Oh wait, no, maybe.
Just him.
Maybe Zipan's just kind
There's
of
like
good.
3 players that could maybe pull
The A main hold, yeah, the A main hold is. The A main hold has always been insane with the Omen. The Omen.
I would rant and rave at you if you
Honestly, they changed the duel
Reyna.
list a little bit, so
I'm
Omen
ready
Fade
to see them play
has always
poorly
been
and call them out.
go-to.
Element never gave me that opportunity. He was always a stellar player. But yeah, this has been a tough one, and I mean it's hard not to focus on seeing it. I haven't seen him have a performance like this for
The
quite a
Pacific
while.
lower final, it ended up starting being
First
like
time on an agent
Haven's
like
worth a
this.
watch, and then it got
It
pretty
is just
one-sided.
So different to what he's used to. Even look at the time he dies to the ball.
If you're a fan of Envy and up-and-coming players, then maybe it'd be nice to watch that. Lotus was one of the better ones.
But yeah, it's definitely a different look.
Ascent
There's positives,
as
there's definitely
well.
negatives, but even still, getting this down to just a 2-round deficit going into that attack side, and as said, like, you look at the victories that Koi have had in the past on this map, you're talking about
Do you think Navi not playing Sky is an issue? I think it doesn't help them, yeah. I think it might be for some of their stuff. It does feel like they're trying to... It feels like that's the only missing piece for everyone to just be on, their comfortable position, their comfortable roles.
It's not going to change his first bullet accuracy, so maybe that's where they've been working on a lot of what their ideas will do for this one. Either way, for Navi, it doesn't actually matter as much. It might sound silly, but they're 2-0 up within this series. If they
Pacific Grand Final, yeah, for sure, we'll be there tomorrow. America's LCQ, yep, it's coming up. We got 2 hours.
On that one. So it's a completely different ball game, and obviously for the side of Koi, you have to sit there and go, okay, you've won the half, you could have won it more dominantly, the pressure is on you.
I mean, they won 7 out of 8 rounds coming off the second round, right? The pistol loss, the follow-up was lost by Koi, and then they went 7 out of 8 rounds in a row. The reality is that was an incredibly dominant half in the majority of buy rounds, and whether you want to say Navi found a solution in the end, or just had a good couple of individuals and a couple of setups across fires that worked out.
The solution was Zipango kill.
Funnily enough, who would have known? But regardless of
He spilled the
way
drink
you want to
now,
look
yeah,
at
honestly.
that, this is the worst setup, the worst start off to a map that I think Navi could have imagined. 1 or 2 things going against them, and this game is almost unrecoverable at this point. And instead, they've ended up 2 behind at the half. It's doable. It's certainly workable. Not ideal, but considering you've got 2 more maps coming up, I think there is 0 pressure on these players' shoulders right now. They've got to be feeling incredible about their odds. Maybe, again, with the exception of CNED. I don't imagine they could be winning 10-0. I think he'd still be like, I'd like to do something, guys. I'd like to not get shot in the back constantly.
Hey, if it gets him back to champions, I don't think he'll mind so much. And that is the thing.
It surely will be hard for you to watch America's League and Pacific Grand Final. Nah, it should be fine. We did it in the split. The split was the hardest. Because then it was like 4 days in a row, where it was like Americas and Pacific. That one got pretty hard. The Super Week one.
dead even.
But in terms of this, it's only 2
4-4.
days, so it's like relatively
Chance for
easy.
one of them
I'll only
to
be
take
tired
their
one day.
roster to champions, of course, for Cordamenta. It's a chance to take another team to an international event. Like the history that he has, doing it alongside with obviously the very first Masters, which was an
Envy had no help. Envy didn't need any help.
G2,
I think that's the big thing.
Guild as well, and now he's sat here with Koi looking to try and do it again. But this is definitely the most challenging way he'd have to do it. LCQ champions on the line.
What do you reckon? Navi need pistol?
And they need to fight back from a 2-map deficit. They've got good maps ahead of them, but first they have to get through Fracture.
What a terrible time it would be to have had such a good season for Koi after turning it around here in LCQ, beating Navi twice, and then fall at the final hurdle, the important game. Especially having 2 chances to qualify.
Okay, they get the kill, they get out of there as well. It's not the best out, the person that's gonna...
That's not a thought that they can entertain. They're 7-5 in the lead. The pistol has already kicked off. The barrier's up long ago. 10 HP and 75 left on some of these players for Koi.
That was nice.
The advantage is theirs, and the flash seems to just be there to keep them back.
Okay, in terms of what they got out of them though, 1 smoke. Got 1 smoke remaining from Cordamenta.
That's why he smoked off.
Wait, 5 people here? What the?
Comes Trax. His nade will have done even more damage. Angel left low, and there's so many players here at this point. You'd basically have to see massive mistakes for the side of Koi to let this one slip. They are somewhat out in the open and very committed into this site. The problem is 30 seconds left. It has to be the move now from Navi to get anything done. Finally, they'll kill off Trex, but then there's the firing squad on the other side. Just waiting.
Flash.
There's
How many
no way
people are
they
swinging?
win this one off the time or off anything else. It's just going to be off a bloodbath as they look to make their way through. A single smoke, though, actually allowing the cross.
Yeah, allows the cross. The smoke's nice. Sugetsu gets another. It's now 3 and 3. They push through 1 by 1. Oh boy.
From the side of Koi, this pistol should have been over a long time ago, and now somehow
It's got Fade Eye as well. They could Fade Eye swing. Doesn't feel comfortable to get it out.
As they know where both players reside, they even have to cross.
No way.
It's just taking them down.
That's ridiculous.
An ace to win out the pistol round from Navi. And I don't know how Koi lost that.
Do you know what's incredible about this? I'm staring at Starzo with a flash in hand, waiting to see it pop the whole time. You mentioned the firing squad.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to swing him.
The smoke that went down plays against them if they pop that flash through. What actually happened was Angel snuck his way over to the door, opened it up. Starzo turned around, went, I see what you're trying to do, buddy. I know how you like to play. Goes back, uses his flash there, thinking he can isolate a 1v1. He doesn't. And now he doesn't have his flash, and what happens? Everybody comes through the smoke,
that was nice.
one after another.
That was nice.
Sugetsu
Yeah, what he's talking about was pretty cool from Angel. The opening the door to create pressure.
And honestly, experience is what wins you that. Navi knew if they pumped the brakes,
and that
Koi
was
would get cold
solid
feet.
by
They'd start to
Sugetsu.
get itchy and want to move.
Do you know something funny?
No bar cam on this
Angel
one.
using
Oh
a
man,
smoke
I
in the
dread
late
to think.
round.
But that's
Angel
definitely
being
their way
alive
in.
in
In
the
terms
lane,
of this
that's the
pistol,
point.
that's a 2-0. Chat, someone give me the... I've forgotten where we are in terms of pistols. Someone give me the...
Just that extra little bit
Oh,
of doubt
Navi dominating pistols.
thrown into the minds of their opponent, the space to cross, it's impressive. And well, Koi could have had a golden path, a yellow brick road. Instead,
4-2.
well, facing him is very little. So I get to, he is still just getting kills.
Got another one in you?
with this ghost. The same from the last round.
Oi,
Finally,
oi,
somebody
Cena,
else
come
will
on.
get a kill. Has seen it, I believe, with his second of the map.
Oi, Tom, come on.
That's quite a statement around 14.
Yeah.
He had to say it, didn't he?
Down on that graphics package. Previous map and this map comparison. There is no comparison.
Can just let him be.
Just about safe there, Cordamenta, and he's walked into the nade.
Man, that
He's gone no
overwhelm
matter
was
what on that
strong there, though.
Just an attempt to take someone down with it.
Oh, hello. That's devastating timing. That kind of sums it up fully. Okay, no damage done on this one. Perfect round. The most perfect round they could have hoped for.
He is feeling the round breathe. Suffocating it at just the right moment. Gorgeous stuff so far. 7-7 as we're tied up.
17 and 6, by the way, for Saigetsu. Like we spoke about it in some of the earlier maps that like he was actually keeping up with CNED.
Another great
Well,
bonus from them. Look at that buy.
Him just because of what he's been doing in this map so far. And now for Koi,
We got Viper as well if we get over towards a site, or if we get some map control and we want to create pressure. Smoke goes in over towards A main, and they hold the line in front of it, so that's pretty nice.
Getting ever closer to booking their ticket to Champions, and Trex is gone.
Angel doing Angel things, of course.
The wall bang.
Nice trades from everyone.
At least some fight left in
Big
them
Joel.
for now.
Big
With Angel
Joel.
falling, this could be great. Shados has the control, but he's flanked
nicely
on by
handled. Okay,
Zipan.
2v3 into a double
not
round.
expected. And Starzo's down to 45. It's left in the hands of Cole Dementa for the most part to do the damage. A smoke, a molly, a flash still in play for Starzo. They could combine into a scary situation. Zipan,
wow, the timing is kind of wild.
the rope, he's seen a second later. Fighting now dangerous as he's on 40 HP.
Oh, the miscommunication.
Oh, they're really aggro. In the 2-on-2, they're very, very aggro right now.
Oh, how important it can be. A headshot delivered. Now, very little HP to share. Just above 50.
That's the thing.
I mean, everyone's low
right
HP.
Now, low. Obviously, much worse.
30 seconds
Caught him in to pick up the orb over towards tree as well.
I thought he'd like jump down and lost 30 HP.
Kind of,
timing! Oh, he's gonna go down.
yeah, I thought they would have stayed together here. They could have done a heal.
He's gonna try and fake the sound of the door as he swings back in his work, but he got the shots.
Boss.
The Viper's pit's gonna go up. It doesn't make a difference to Calder. He's on 8 HP, but that could have been it. He could have brought things back. The second he walks through, he's surely gonna demise.
Oh boy, it's gonna. It doesn't fall apart like this. Tell me. Give me the barbed cam. He's losing his mind.
There were so many
I know he is.
opportunities here for Koi to get themselves into the lead, and instead, they now sit one behind.
He has to be.
Every single thing that Navi does, everything they touch seems to turn to gold, and oh, this man is at the heart of it. Such a great map from Zipan.
That yellow brick road not looking too bright now for Koi.
Didn't want to show on that one.
The champs 3 maps in a row. Now they've lost their lead as well. One that they fought hard for. And
against the ecos now, chance to get these also online. Zipan 2 away.
No signs of slipping until now.
Triple share.
I wish they could click their heels and wake up from this nightmare fairly soon. And with Angel
boy, okay, straight up fast into underpass and it gets the double.
For this squad on a low buy round, they'll be getting nothing done. The spike easily retrievable for Navi. It's left in their spawn. Koi will hope to just go on the hunt for a couple of kills, a few players who don't have buddies close by. And
in fairness, he was there very fast.
Up close, a battle between both Raze players. Trex having a disadvantage in weaponry, but a shot to the head would leave him dead. Luckily, for Zipan, that is, the shot is missed.
Kind of needs to do some damage as well. This is the issue.
They've got such an inherent advantage.
Money's getting way too high. They're against an eco as well. They're on 5k, 6.
They're waiting to see what sort of response their opponents have, and unfortunately, with the patience, they did start to rotate players away. Now they at least have all of their players in the right place at the right time, but doing anything with that is another story altogether. Starzo priming a flash, somehow managing to get one. A little bit of support from his teammate, and now the clock starts to become a bit of a factor here. Shados has dropped it once more. Somehow this has become doable.
10 seconds left.
Oh boy, he's going to swing out in this.
Going to come through any moment now. The turret might spawn it, but not in time.
Oh.
They haven't gone for it. They thought maybe they could play it on the time, but no.
Oh.
It's come
I thought
down
he was
to
just
the
going to
fights
swing
in
on
the
that.
end with the spike plant. CNED secures it.
Okay, I mean,
9
still
on the
good
board
damage
for
if we're
Navi,
looking at the
lead ever
positives.
greater. And the gap between the two. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Koi pick up a round. Some have been close, but that's little consolation when you're this far behind.
Yeah, the way this round started, it looked like it was going to be easy. Again, another well-timed flash, some solid utility. And honestly, that came down, genuinely came down to the distance a blast pack was thrown. If that goes a little bit further forward,
he's still clapping because he knows he could have won it, but honestly, they still did good damage. Trying to focus on the positives of this one.
So they didn't hear the second attempt to plant, so they just waited. And unfortunately, for Trex, just came up a little bit short. Now,
kind of cool, goes up to heaven.
Only 2 rounds behind. but it's going to feel like a lot for the side of Koi. They were going into this with a lead. They took the first 2 kills in a pistol and let it slip. And Angel, he's been disrespecting them, but this time Trex put him in his place.
It's about time. The opening duel lost by Angel.
But it's okay, because they have the Viper wall. So where do we
win.
think they're going to... Damn, are they actually going to fake this? Because if I'm Koi right now, I'm probably playing 5 over towards here, because it's where the Viper wall is. The smoker goes down, probably going to go where this wall is to block vision.
Spotted by CNET. No successful duel. The stun pushes him back. They've bought space. And they're hot on the heels of these players who are just now making their way into heaven on B. The Rolling Thunder is going to be deployed. Koi on their way back through, seizing this space out of the hands of their opponents. And Navi can do little to fight back.
Nicely
the
done.
spike down, as are all of the players on the attacking side. Koi finally found a solution.
Nah, that's the exact sort of round you're looking for. As clean as it gets, boost that confidence up a little bit, and not out of the map as said. Of course, there's going to be a response. Navi still having a showstopper of their own, one on either side, but these are the sort of confidence plays from the likes of Starkso, Wolfen as well, that we were seeing early in this map, where they were just blitzing through all of CNED's utility. Here we go, though. Nearly every single ult close to being online for the side.
Money's getting there.
Natas, Vincere, and Walt. The early fight is not going to pay off this time for Koi. They've been
They keep taking early underpass all the time.
More of their patience.
Honestly, I think Koi kind of fine with that.
Executing quite late.
Got nothing to stop this. Codemental 1 away from his ult. What do we do in instant reaction here? Push over. 3-person push. We've got a turret to get early info.
Make an excursion through arcade, but nope, the majority, in fact all of them, are either in spawn or rotating the south side.
Angel's lucky there's no one to follow up.
It's kind of cool. They did an Omen flash on top of it and a deep smoke to kind of make presence into these spots, so it takes longer for Koi to clear everything. No way he gets one there. It's a nice setup from these two though.
Manages the trade with the kill from Sagetsu. The lead stays in their hand, but not for long. With CNET falling, someone else needs to step it up, and Shao gonna whiff the shots from down below. Showstopper activated.
There's no chance they think the Angel's on the pass.
At least for a moment. And the shot is good, right on the Trex with Shados found. The odds have flipped. In a heartbeat, Wolfen finds himself alone, his pack nowhere to be found. And the time so desperately low, even the blast pack costing him precious seconds that he cannot afford to lose. It's already done. The question is, can he even make it out alive? And it's not looking likely.
It's a devastating round for Koi.
Taking him down and pushing Navi up one more. The lead extending up to double digits.
Yeah, just the time that was bought. I think Trex realizing that if they don't make that pressure onto the player with the showstopper, the clock would be too far gone to fight back, even though they did well. I like this outside adaptation, the lockdown pushing them back. They didn't just sit there, they didn't just wait. They rotated and took back
this
ground,
is it.
put the pressure.
This is actually it. It's right on this round, because the eco after this, it's going to be a nightmare. They gotta win this one.
Zipan's not far behind.
2-4 on the back of that.
One extra death in the way
then they're up to 12. Oh boy, what did I watch over towards this?
Some hope for Koi. They've got the showstopper.
That Sky Flash is not the one. Okay, Dog goes out on top of this. They kind of just walk contacting up super fast. Angel first contact once again over towards. Oh my god, he's just walking straight in. They have no idea. They still did great with the trades though. Definitely got caught off that they were up so close, but they won this out.
Well, there was nothing to be had. Oh, Cena, if he's going to go, he's got to go now, otherwise it's going to be revealed. And oh, even while being pinged, the spike's now going to be dropped.
This is an expensive round for Koi off rip. I love the idea. They've got to secure it now. The easier part sometimes with CNED taking down Wolfen, some utility loss, some information to be gained for the side of Koi. Both players now regrouping. HP decent. They've even got a Nightfall to play with. Unlikely that it's deployed here.
Every player's isolated.
Shao,
even if they did use
I don't know. If they get a kill, this is like really on. It's all down to his first kill. So honestly, Shao's ult.
To risk it. Utility dodge. They know nobody's in the corner anymore. That at least helps them out a little bit. But the clock even starts to become an issue here. They managed to get the spike. They just took it. They just walked up. Nobody
Yeah,
stopped
they
them.
just straight up
Somehow,
took this.
okay, there we go. Denial
He
of
doesn't have to
utility.
duel though, he's kind of fine.
So many flashbangs
He can still
going
get a
off in the
plant.
face of the
Yeah,
opponent.
and
They don't
honestly,
expect
his
Xiao to
ult
be
now.
deep,
Oh,
though.
you got a plant, bro.
CNET has to stick it this time, and now they have grouped up. Xiao just looking to defend him, but he can't do it. CNET sat on the back. He almost.
CNET hesitated with a plant there.
But again,
Like he
Koi,
dodged it all.
they
They got the
cling
first kill and then he hesitated with the extra plant. He got off
Not
it.
their day. Well, that
And it felt
remains
like
to be
the
seen
second time
for
stick
each,
there would have been the
but,
one. Then they had the space to use the
They're
ult.
certainly heating up, closing in the distance. That came so incredibly close, down to a second. I mean, CNET, if he has his gun out half a second earlier.
Xiao should have ulted there.
it's a different
Nah,
game.
it was more just the fact that because CNET didn't plant within like the 8-second window. When it got to the 5 seconds of him hitting the plant, you knew that they were going to send it. So he's then ulting and then they could stop the plant and then the round's done.
Oh yeah.
So it was more the fact
Oh,
that
I
because he
definitely don't doubt him in
hesitated,
that regard.
they knew
Also,
that he
considering
had
how
to be
much they
sticking this and
expended
all they had
there
to do was
for
kill
their
him.
contact play, the fact that that was so close,
Trax is going.
The ult would have changed
feel
anything.
comfortable.
The ult would have actually looked
Nobody caught
horrendous, I
outside of
think.
Ace, outside clear. Trap for North. They've seen players outside B. I think the initial plan here was to get Trax popping that showstopper, but once the lack of information is found, they decide to slow it down. Pushing us through. Well, I say slow it down. It's 120 on the clock. They're in their opponent's spawn. Two players pushing.
Remember,
up
it's
that
got
turret.
travel speed as
Has
well. 1, 2,
information
3,
now in
4,
play for
5,
their opponents.
etc.
And so Navi decide to blitz forward. There's players behind us, so there shouldn't be too many in front of us. Lesser of two evils, and for now, they've certainly found the safer spot.
They have
planted
so
in
many
the
ults for
open.
this.
And,
Fado hits only one towards
no,
spawn and it
called
hits no one else, so they know that
Got
spawn's
hit
clear.
by
They know they're all
that ult.
behind.
Might be a save.
Well,
Oh, this one's
yeah,
done.
that has
So they
called it.
win the
No
round and
smokes
they
even on
lose
the way
the
back
one
through.
straight
You would
after.
have to hope
This keeps
Trax
happening
maybe
for them.
just gets like a double
1-9 on
with the
top of this.
showstopper, something
Obviously, these
ridiculous, and
guys
it's
gonna
not worth
survive.
it. Not this late
These
in the
two
game.
can kind of buy
With the
from
back
it.
and
1,000
forth,
from
Navi
everyone. So
again,
this can be a drop with the
ever
1,000.
closer to
And then
making it to
obviously this with the
champions.
1-9 on
Again,
top is
you
a
have to
gun
talk
as
about
well.
the fact
So
that
they
in this
can,
matchup
if
so
everyone
far
keeps
this
alive,
season, they were yet
get a
to
pretty
take
good
a
buy.
map, losing twice
If they start
in
losing
2-0
people,
fashion.
then
The last time out, it
then
was
you gotta worry.
incredibly dominant. 9 rounds is all they managed across the 2 maps. This time out, they fixed their issues. They've changed a lot of what they've been running from map to map, different compositions, and the fact is you get into these later maps, like Lotus being the last, and maybe Koi have a chance, but the fact is getting there now seems a much tougher
fake save,
task.
well then just go try win the round. Sometimes.
At the beginning of the year,
But it's like you never.
we expected
We've got
Navi
too much
to be
perfect
that
info.
top 2.
You don't know how they're going to be approaching it.
Fnatic have looked filthy. Liquid being competitive, but at a minimum, a third
What do you do when
place.
you're
Well,
constantly
now they're looking
facing
to take the
economic
spot as
reset?
champions. It
Majority of the
hasn't
time
been
you lose, my
the
guy.
year that
I don't know
Navi
what I've
wanted
got
just
for you.
yet.
You got to win rounds.
But we talk about that
That's
story
pretty
of
much it.
redemption, and for Koi, they are the only thing
That's how it works.
standing in the way of Natus Vincere, and they need to
Start
dig
getting
deep,
good with the crap
'cause
guns.
at this point,
Get the
Navi
judge
are
out.
only 2 away.
Oh,
Push down. They're going to try to destroy the lockdown.
Jesus.
Showstopper's gone in. Lockdown still up. Someone needs to swing. Someone needs to take that fight and destroy that ultimate, but nobody can. They've all
Oh,
been killed on the
no.
way
Okay,
through.
Stoxo,
Shadows
you gotta
running
save
for his
your
life.
boy.
He'll barely round the corner, tucking in his belly as he goes, just about able to survive. There's only one player who's not.
okay. I mean, kind of kept him alive, at least the pressure of it. Hill comes in, 2v4.
To be back online. There's no need to push further.
2-4.
4 versus
The
2.
next
Shadows
round,
gets
this
some
guy's
knockback,
wrecked.
but
This guy
the
would
fight's
be
gonna
wrecked.
Near impossible. 2 flashes online for Starzo, still his
Yeah,
Tiger
they
to
kind
play
of got to
with.
save him
But
this.
those rifles and the lack
Got to
of
accept it.
credits
It's got to
back them
12
up.
here.
Make this
So
an
the
easy
anti-Killjoy was to just
An easy
send
choice
it
on
down
paper,
and just
maybe
kill
not
them all.
too easy
But
to
honestly, they
call
ended
and
up having
stick to.
pretty
They have
good
to save it,
crossfires.
get out
Just
of here,
I don't know if it was
and
on
fight for
purpose,
3
but
rounds
I
in a
mean,
row. Not
it
only
would have
3
been.
rounds in a row to win the OT and then make it 3 maps in a row.
We've said it. The desk has said it. When their opponents hit 12, Koi become a different beast. But that's the thing. Unfortunately, they've had that pretty much every single time. Navi have hit 12 before them in every map so far, and unfortunately for them, they
Alright,
have been
Baba, let's see what you
yet
got.
able to turn
The
things
hero
on its
timeout.
head. For Natus Vincere, they are an organization with a history of success.
Navi, Fnatic,
Across-
yeah,
across
Tokyo, and now
multiple
this.
titles. They spent that dollar to get this team. The Phoenix fell to
Pretty much the
ashes,
only
and
reason
now
they're
they
making
look to
lands is because
rise
of
back
Fnatic.
up once more.
I mean, obviously they could win the final, and I don't think we'll truly know how the final would have gone because I think a lot of the pressure will be off tomorrow. So I'm not sure I can take the result as a full like be all end all. Am I ending the stream after the game? What do we got? An hour? We'll probably just watch the post-show. Then maybe I'll put a timer on, spam some ads for like 30 minutes. At the beginning of Americas. If this is over. Let's see.
Some would say it's an impossible job.
Only 3 rounds?
Those people wouldn't make it as coaches, let me tell you.
That is also true.
But that's the plan if it
There's
ends.
the couch coaches, but they're slightly
Yeah, but the pre-show starts at 1:30,
Sit back
so
in the armchair. Well, I'll tell
you
you
can
what,
always
there's no
watch
sitting
that.
back and relaxing for these boys right now. This is one of the biggest games of their careers, certainly looking at the implications on the rest of the year.
Ads for 30 minutes, you're about that? You're
Navi,
my kind of
unreal.
viewer.
Last time
You
they
can
played
stick
this team,
around.
we were talking about the worst
You're
streak
fitting
in
great here.
Angel's career. We hadn't seen it since beta days. Like Valorant had always been somewhere that he could find success. Maybe Boaster's squad, Summon FC or Fnatic could always cause problems, headaches.
All right.
Time and time again, he came out on top. And even outside of that, in the few losses they
3
experienced
chances.
along the
Let's
career,
write that
it
on the
was
board.
never
Let's
more than
make
2
sure we
in a
keep
row.
that one up. 3 chances.
Just a few days ago, he
When
hit
smoke
4,
goes in, that creates
doubling
pressure.
up.
It means
The
that you
worst
can't spot
season
here, and if you do
we've
want to
ever
spot
had,
here, a
and
lot of
now
the time you're
path
going
to
for a one-way,
redemption,
so you don't want to
it's
do that.
paved
So
clearly in front
this
of
one-way's
them.
nice.
One more
Dog goes
round
out
for
to clear that
Navi.
though. And the
They will be
reactive
locking in
smoke, so
their
they can
spot
now
of champions,
hold
where,
on to
don't
that.
get me wrong, plenty more to
4-person
prove
stack
when
here,
they go
looking
there.
nice.
But what a way to start it if they end up 3-0 in this LCQ finals.
Look at the weaponry for Wolfen. It's not ideal. Angel
Thought he was
will be
good
the
for that one,
to
not
kick
gonna lie to
things
you.
off.
This
A
guy on
start
site
of
is
their
absolutely
design,
wrecked.
and he looks to
3v5
lead
to
by
keep him in it.
example.
Otherwise their whole year is done. No chance.
In the way of Angel making it back. That redemption
Man, what a hard
story being
retake.
complete, but he almost goes down.
Okay.
God, Trax has just gone for it. Blitzing through, they want to end this quickly.
Mate, look at this
least
crossfire.
round, hopefully in their favor.
Ooh.
Coldamenta doing well to fight back. Zipbat's only got the one. The chance here for Koi to get the defuse already halfway. They're gonna swing out wide, take him down.
Damn, nicely done. There we go. There we have it. Navi, Giants, confirmed.
Pave that road to redemption. Now
And on some of these maps, we saw a bit of a
of Los Angeles.
bit of a glimpse into potentially how Navi should be looking. I feel like Pearl, especially, their Pearl looks really good.
The wings have sprung as they will be flying their way over to